Shout out to Nepharique Gasoline. You know, hey dog, I tucked your thumb there. I'm just letting you know if you come by, I jack you for your thumbnail, but I had to just for this video I'm gonna do on my response to that video. And then we've been hearing this shit for years that black women that say, you know, they raise their biracial children differently than white women, and they give their child the culture. And I asked them a question: how are you giving your biracial child the culture of his people when you ain't black people, when you're not living around black people, you don't even hang around black people, and you trying to be accepted um, as the model minority? Because black women that swirl and divest try to do this as well, try to be the model minority, and even to the point where they say, well, they better than the black women that are in relationships with black men, or even better than black people in general. So how are you passing down any culture to your biracial children? And then, I mean, it's idiotic at best to sit up there and say some bullshit like that and basically try to diminish black men's role in the culture. Even if they have a son from a previous relationship, they would try to diminish the black father and promote the white father as the father. Well, you already have these biracial kids that have black mamas, women that have black, and men, boys coming out saying that they black moms are something else, man, with their white men. And you, like I said, it was a video that I put out that I was looking at Keshia channel. Shout out to her. And basically had this black girl that her stepfather is a white man that like marrying, that love black women but hate black men. And she said he hate to see black men, even when he's in a relationship with a black woman, hate to see black men with white women. And to me, I just said that's just dick envy. White men just dick envy black men for no goddamn reason other than to try to police black men, and sometimes white women dick. I mean, my bad, try to police them. And then the same white man that her mom was married to basically tried to police her, police her as a black woman, telling her, I bet you gonna go and date a nigger. And I hate black men, and I hate your little brother, because this a kid. Her little brother was a kid at the time. He said he hate him because he's gonna grow up to be a nigger man. Now this a white man that's in a relationship with a black woman. And he's, this mother got this racist white supremacist man that I could have asked him, why didn't you just go out there and get you a white woman? And the thing is, what it is that he probably couldn't get no white women because white women knew he was a loser. So black women are the default if they can't get an Asian woman or a white woman. They always pick the black woman, and they be racist, and black women normally accept their racism. You already have black women saying they let their white men say all kind of N-words and shit and drop N-bombs and stuff around them and don't say nothing. But if somebody, the dude ask her, what if your, in the panel with her white husband, basically said, what if a white woman or a white supremacist come up and call you a nigger bitch, you call him a slum lord? Because when you a white man, you dating black women, they call that slumming. They don't, white folks that's higher up don't see that as a progression. They see that as a digression. When you marry or get with a white woman, they're just a black woman. They see that as a digression, not a progression. So black women, they don't never get the type of white men that they say they think they can get, but they can't, because white men that have money and status normally always pass them up. And if they do mess with them, it's just for some little side nookie, little black chick on the side, but he ain't trying to wife her up. Pretty much like Anton was doing with the pretty girls and shit. He can't, he don't want to be seen with his wife because his wife not attractive enough. So he said he fly around with bad bitches. And this is a Negro that talk about he a Christian. So the hypocrisy there, that's why I don't take niggas like him serious. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. That you have a lot of these black women that try to diminish black men role in the culture and thinking they can somehow raise a biracial kid in white society, and you living in a white community amongst white people. What kind of goddamn, half these nigga bitches don't even motherfuckers know, they don't even study no goddamn culture for themselves. So how the fuck you gonna teach some children some shit that you don't even know yourself? And you living in white society, chasing after white women, trying to basically hang out with white women. Them white women don't like you. They don't like your nigga ass. They probably, soon your ass leave, they talk about your ass. They talk about your ass. Soon as your ass not in the room, Keshia over there trying to hang with white folks. Soon as you leave the room, they say, I can't stand that nigger bitch. I wish she'd just stop coming around us. And they often take pop shots at these nigga bitches because these nigga bitches just laugh. And when they go home, they know they're getting pop shots taken at them, but they up there crying, probably somewhere in the corner sobbing, wondering why the white people or his white family members don't like her, because she's doing everything she can to fit in to their society, and they not letting her do it. You see what I'm saying? That's what really going on in a lot of these swirling and divestment relationships. You know, particularly with white men. Because keep in mind, and I'll say this, why is different strokes with white men and white men with black women and white women with black men. Normally when you a man, you coming into the culture. So you a white woman, you getting with a man, and he might be, you know, yes, you got the Brandon Tatum's, the coon ass niggas. You got a lot of them as well. But for the most part, if Becky get with Tyrone, she diving head first into black culture. She diving head first, just like Keshia is trying to dive head first into white culture and not getting accepted. Becky diving into black culture. But the funny thing is, you know, we just differently, we operate different than white people. Because even when white people come into our family, we way more accepting of them than they are of us. Because they see you as the help. They don't even like to see black people with wealth. That's why they destroyed all our thriving black communities, because they don't like to see black people with wealth. Hell, they don't like to even see Africans trying to get themselves over there on the continent. They see Ibrahim Traore and the Sahel nations taking back their money. In their mind, those niggas supposed to be in poverty over there in Africa, and we supposed to have access to their wealth, and we supposed to only give their little dictators little money where he could buy him and his friends brand new Mercedes-Benz G-Wagons and live lavishly while his people suffer. And a lot of them African leaders sell out their people like that. And that's why I like Ibrahim Traore and the Sahel Alliance. But other than that, a lot of these Keshias, they compromise themselves with white men. And like I said, all you have to do is look at three people. Eve, she's up there with a goddamn maid outfit on, sitting at the damn corner of the table with her baby, her biracial baby, and her husband sitting all the way down there. Go pull that picture up with Eve at the Christmas dinner. She's sitting her husband sitting down there with his so-called ex-wife, so-called, because we ain't seen no wedding pictures of Eve getting married or nothing of that shit. They just saying Eve married to this dude. I ain't seen no wedding pictures, no nothing. But Eve is sitting at the goddamn corner of the table with the biracial baby on her lap, and all the other family members at the table. She at the goddamn corner wearing a maid outfit. But you let these black women tell y'all black men, you losing. You losing all the good black women to what? Being side chicks and maids and bed wenches for Brad, yeah, that's really, we really losing. We really losing Keshia. We really losing her to being a bed wench and a side chick to Brad. Yeah, we losing. Just so for them to come back across the fence and start talking all this pro-black shit and then try to police black men's Johnson. Yeah, yeah. You got Serena Williams just bleaching herself, lost weight because she want to look like a Becky so bad, and then and she paid for her wedding because her husband don't got that much money. And you got Serena Williams just married this white guy and she paid for their wedding. Now you would think if men actually loved them, that man said, no, you don't have to pay for the wedding. I'll pay for it. I'm the man. Nope. They paid for Serena Williams paid for their wedding. Vanessa Williams paid for their wedding. Venus Williams paid for their wedding. They didn't pay for their damn wedding. I mean, them men didn't pay for their wedding because them men broke. Like I said, the funny thing is, I will say this and I'll say this again, and I'll just keep saying this. Black women get with the leftover white men that white women don't want. Now they'll say, well, what about Tyrone getting with Big Back Becky? Yeah, you have a few broke Tyrones with Big Back Becky, no doubt about it. But white women, they know they could be working at McDonald's and they could be looking good, and they could be they up there like Drake said. You weren't with me shooting at the gym now, but Becky and Susan was with Tyrone when he was running that football down that field. Black women want them to already have it. Shit, Becky out there, Susan out there on the field, Hacienda Flores out there on the field with him, giving them water, buying them a drink, doing all kind of shit in college, sometimes helping him out with his homework, so he can make it through semester. Because you got to keep your class. You got even in college, you got to keep your classes up, even to play football. You failing in your class, they're gonna say you need to practice on your studies. So Becky help them out. Y'all didn't know that? You don't be seeing Keshia trying to do that with Tyrone. They want you to already come with everything already fully loaded. But then they meet you down there at the gate when you get to the gate. That's what they want. Then they see you walking out with Becky and Susan and Hacienda Flores and Me Long, and now they upset with it. Talking about, see how these niggas selling out, and she was up there getting ran through by Brads. Because that's what be happening to these Keshias. But like I said, man, you'll have a lot of these black women talk about they raising children, and they not, because a lot of these bitches don't know shit about black culture themselves, other than the nigga culture they come from. But I digress.